You ever watch Growing Pains?
I have watched Growing Pains, yes.
Do you remember Growing Pains, like around the third season? He had that one teacher who was bald and always made jokes. He was like a gym teacher or whatever.
No, I don't, but it sounds like my gym teacher.
His name was Coach Lubbock. At the end of the third season of Growing Pains, they do an episode where Mike follows Coach Lubbock home and learns about his home life and learns that he has 7 kids with 1 on the way, and he's about to lose his job at the school because they're not renewing his contract.
Let's clarify something right now. So you said he has 7 kids with 1 on the way. There might just be that one person listening out there that isn't sure exactly what you're referring to.
Don't just say one that's going to be born. That's usually what you mean by when you say it that way, but I'll clarify. Yes, he has 7 children.
Thank you.
And his wife is pregnant with the 8th one. And these episodes are what's called a backdoor pilot. And this backdoor pilot was for Just the 10 of Us as a 1988 TV sitcom on ABC starring Bill Kirchenbauer as Coach Graham T. Lubbock, Deborah Harmon, Heather Langenkamp as Marie Lubbock. Other people in it is Jamie Luner, who is my favorite, Brooke Thies, who plays Wendy, and we got Joanne Willett, Matt Shackman, Heidi Ziegler. It's a long cast. These are a lot of kids. The show came out in 1988. It ran for 3 seasons. The first season was only 4 episodes. This was a late season replacement. It was very popular. It was popular for a couple of reasons. Number one, it was funny. From the same people who did Growing Pains. Theme song is the same band who does the Growing Pains theme, but they bring in another singer. It's a story of Coach Lubbock. He is brought in as a coach to a all-boys Catholic high school in California. They're moving from New York to California, and they were living in a small apartment. Now they have a house. That's part of the teacher's salary as he gets a house. He has all these kids. I don't know what the original premise of the show was. Maybe it was to make him the central character. And at first he is the central character, but it ends up becoming an ensemble show about the 4 teenage girls. Marie, Cindy, Wendy, and Connie get together to form a singing group and then end up becoming a big part of what the show's about because the girls are attractive. Cindy and Wendy are twins, and they're both insanely boy crazy. This is a show where they pray. God is part of the show. There's a cross on the set that you can see on camera. There's a religious undertone to this program. There is a strong connection to a movie series called A Nightmare on Elm Street. 3 of the 4 girls are alumni from A Nightmare on Elm Street movies. A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 and Part 3 both have the character of Nancy, who is played by Heather Langenkamp. Brooke Thies is in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Joanne Willett is in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Jamie Luner, she would later go on and be in Melrose Place. Okay, here's an example of one of the stories. The mother, every morning, she goes out into her driveway and she gets on her knees and she prays to God. One morning she's doing it and God answers to her audibly. Nobody else hears it, including the audience. Only her character does. She tells the family, simply because it's mom and we love mom, we're going to listen to her and we're going to pretend that we believe her. They're like, okay, we'll go out with you tomorrow morning, mom, and we'll pray with you, not for any other reason, but because we love you. And they go out with her every morning for day after day, and nothing happens. During it, it ends up becoming a news story, and the reporters are there the entire time. Every day that they're out there, even when the reporters aren't there, the priest from the school is on his morning jog, and he sees her, and he's like, why are you wasting your time? This is the priest basically blowing it off of why are you even bothering trying to hear from God? Or you heard the voice of God, that's BS. The last scene in the episode is when all the kids, they give up on it. And even her husband gives up and they all go back in the house. And she says, I don't give up, God. I'm still going to be out here every single morning talking to you. And if you don't want to talk back to me, that's fine. And the priest hears all this and she goes back into the house to go make breakfast. He gets down on his knees in the same spot that she was at. But he looks up at the sky and he says, thanks for the reminder, Lord. I'm here for you. If you want to talk to me, I'm here to listen. What a great story. There was one I just watched where Coach Lubbock comes home. He's bringing the groceries in for his wife. He has the bags in his hand. He can't open the door. So he hits it with his head. And one of his daughters comes out and he goes like, hey, can you go and help your mother with the groceries in the car? And she goes, okay. And she leaves and she closes the door behind her. So now he's still back in the same position he was in. He's like, oh, all right, I'm going to open the door myself. And then he's juggling the bags. He leans against the banister and the banister breaks and he falls back. To find out why the banister is broken, they have a mock court case. He's the a judge, and he has all the kids testify. They all tell the truth no matter what, even if it got them in trouble. It brings back all the memories of me watching it and knowing where the show is eventually going to go. So what happened to this show? Miller Boyett, they are the people who made Full House. They are the people who made Family Matters. They're the people who made all the shows that are basically associated with TGIF. They make this show, Just the 10 of Us, from a different production company. They put them on Friday nights. They are the only show on TGIF that is not Miller Boyett. Miller Boyett's contract comes up. They put it in the contract that they get full control over Friday night. Instead of taking Just the 10 of Us and moving it back to Tuesday and putting it back with Growing Pains, they just get rid of the show. It ends up biting them because the show they replaced it with only lasted half a season, or maybe a whole season. I don't even know. I don't remember it. They end up replacing it eventually with Step by Step, which is the same show, and in essence, but it's basically a redoing of the Brady Bunch. And it actually was pretty decent, and I actually really liked Step by Step. I would rather that Step by Step and Just the 10 of Us exist at the same time. And it kind of did, because reruns of the show, it was sold to the USA Network, and that's when I really watched the hell out of the show. Oh, here's what Miller Boyett did with their next contract. A couple years later, they signed a contract with CBS, and they moved Step by Step and Family Matters from ABC over to a competing network. This is how cutthroat that business is. But that was the abridged version of the history of Just the 10 of Us.